Cissy was born with a congenital heart problem. She was taken straight to special care to be checked, but she didn't need any surgery until she was about 6 months old. Then she had another operation when she was just gone 2. It was a really dark time. When she got to about 8, her cardiologist told us that she would need another operation, but sadly it didn't work. She ended up being stuck in intensive care for, in total, 4 months in London. A number of times she crashed and she had to go into resuscitation at the bedside, and quite often we were just sitting there. I never really knew what we were going to find when we walked onto the intensive care unit. We felt that she was losing the will to live, and we were very worried about her, not only physically but mentally. In amidst all this gloom and fear, one of the play specialists suggested that we contact Rays of Sunshine to see if they would grant her a wish. Rays of Sunshine is an incredible charity that grants wishes for very sick children, some of whom are at the end of their life. They've made a huge difference to our family over the years.
My name is Cissy, and when I was 10 years old, I had my wish with Rays of Sunshine. My parents started by asking me if I could meet anybody in the world, who would it be? And my 10-year-old brain went immediately to Joe McElderry.
We didn't tell her about it until the morning of the wish. I bought her some new pyjamas and we made her look as lovely as she possibly could be, with a tracheostomy and tubes everywhere.
It was, still to this day, one of the most amazing experiences I've ever had.
On that day, she smiled, and it was the first time I'd seen any joy in her eyes for a long time. And it was just the most special thing.
He sung to me. I remember looking around and everyone was crying. Unfortunately, because I'd been ill for so long, I suffered a lot of damage to the rest of my body. Once I was really getting my life back together and I thought it was all over and it was time to recover, I got the news that I had 2 brain tumours and 2 spinal tumours, and eventually they discovered that they were a very form of post-transplant cancer. Your wish is sort of a christening as such into the charity, and you become a wish kid. One of the big things that was really amazing for me was to meet other children who had gone through similar things that I had. You make these amazing relationships when no one else really understands.
I think this must have been the Rays of Sunshine
When you did the
concert,
choir, wasn't
yeah,
it?
that I was in the choir and Ollie Mers was performing. All the wish kids were at the front, like dancing, and I put my hand up and he reached out to me and they caught the perfect picture.
I've got so many memories in my life, like these peak moments, and then all of them just end up being Rays of Sunshine moments. They supported me throughout my whole journey with illness, from my heart transplant to my kidney transplant, and then eventually through all my cancer treatment. And I'm now 25, and all throughout that period, no matter what I'm going through, the ups, the downs, they've always been there. I have been so lucky to have been able to experience all the amazing things I've experienced with Rays of Sunshine, and I truly think that that has had an incomparable impact on my life, and it's made me who I am today.